Interloper, this realm is not for your brittle kind. For us, with but an infinitesimal measure of our vast power, have the frost daedra subjugated this land. You are not fit to utter the name of the master of the frost daedra, mortal. This land holds rich mysteries and great rewards, but not for mortals. Now, I shall end your profane trespass. All hail Zivali Moath! The great Zivali Moath shall bring order and control to this dark land. Zivali alone deserves to rule here. Ha! Zivali alone will possess this rich, darkling land. He is the true heir to the great Mehrunes Dagon. Phaedra Sade is too consumed with fripperies and foolishness to do the hard work of conquest. Her fire daedra are too frivolous to harvest the mana riches of this realm, just as they were too frivolous to help imprison the Nocturnal Lieutenant. Our accursed pact forbids us from fighting them directly, but we deserve the mana, and they deserve Oblivion. Yes, that is a most orderly arrangement. We agree, and to seal the pact, we shall gift you with the Greaves of Ice Crystals. Its potent charm will protect your bones from the scorching heat of the fire daedra. Understand that servitors of the great Zivali Moath must continue to attack you as long as you are within the shade Perilous. Flee vigorously from us and attack the fire daedra. Bring all our enemies to heel. They serve our lord Mehrunes Dagon through the court of the Grand Vizier, Imago Storm. He controls the details of the invasion, that our lord Mehrunes Dagon may be free to think greater thoughts. What strange thoughts you mortals may entertain. All are loyal to our lord Mehrunes Dagon. Now go and root out the interloper fire daedra. A party crasher, Wicked little party crasher, did you think we would not notice your wicked intrusion into our new banquet hall? Your obsequious flattery has purchased you another moment of precious life. I shall torment your soul a moment longer before I send it into the darkness forever. This is our party. The shade Perilous is the sweetest delicacy in nocturnal realm, and it now belongs to the fire daedra. Our master shall feast with us forever within its darkened splendor. Such notions are beyond your ken, naughty manling. You've been wicked, and you must be punished. You have interrupted my frolic. You thought you could come here to play? Now we will play with you. I shall sear your organs and shrivel your mortal soul with exquisite flame.
What do you think you're doing? Wait, are you... Curse the gods! It is the manling! I spit on Dagon's treacherous dogs. You'll get no mercy from me, maggot eater. Come closer, so you can hear my every curse upon you and all your spit-licking kin. Lying, cowardly, spit-sucking dogs. Don't try your lying tricks on me. Come closer, and let me kiss you, you spotty, craven cretin. I spit on Dagon's treacherous dogs. You'll get no mercy from me, maggot eater. Come closer, so you can hear my every curse upon you and all your spit-licking kin. Lying,
Interloper, this realm is not for your brittle kind. All hail Zivali Moath! The great Zivali Moath shall bring order and control to this dark land. Ha! Zivali alone will possess this rich, darkling land. Our accursed pact forbids us from fighting them directly. You are insolent, manling. You must be taught a lesson.
Our Lord Phaedra Sharday is all-powerful. We exalt her name. Phaedra Sharday shall revel in the nocturnal ichor that flows with darkling mana. Only Phaedra Sharday understands the beauty of that deadly power, and only Phaedra Sharday deserves to keep it. But you are wrong. Zivali Moath is too dull-witted to understand the power that is here. Phaedra Sharday, greatest child of Mehrunes Dagon, planned this attack, and only Phaedra Sharday shall drink of the rewards. Yeah, we can do nothing. Nothing. Phaedra and Zivali have a pact that forbids us from melting them to vaporous mists. You are indeed wicked. We agree to this bond, and to bind our agreement, we give to you a helm of the fire opal that will warm your delicate flesh when the icy winds of frost daedra wrap you in their frigid embrace. Be not surprised that we continue to attack you while you are in the shade Perilous. We may not evade our orders, but if you shy away from our revels and seek the plodding frost daedra, we will not have to melt your mortal clay. Now we dance the dance of triumph and drive the frost daedra from our glorious party. Like the frost daedra, they do not understand the pleasures of the dance. They have no joy in the revel. They even stopped our wicked sport with the lesser nocturnal. When we did capture and bind the nocturnal lieutenant JCL Morgan, the lesser nocturnal Deianira Catrice also became our prisoner. Our master, Phaedra Charde, sought to drain the lesser nocturnal of her darkling power for our pleasure. But the passionless Dremora stopped us. The Dremora are dry husks, and the fires of desire rage not in them. Their hearts are colder than the frigid frost daedra. Wicked mortal, you ask for more than you deserve. Yes, I see. Well, the lesser nocturnal is the farthest cell in the southern vault. We visit her to torment her with fire and frost. The portal only opens to the command, "The Gerent of Dagon rules here." The greater nocturnal is beyond the whirling spiral grinders, but she is beyond even my power to visit. Now run, wicked one. Run and splinter the frost daedra as you swore in your pact. We will cavort while you shatter the frost daedra into 1,000 icy shards.
You wish to stop our battle. We Dremora are not appeased by submission. We have no need of mortal captives. That is intriguing. What does a mere mortal have to say to a Dremora? You are clever for a mortal, and you have backbone. Perhaps we can make use of you. But of course, let us both use one another and see who gets the greater use of the other. To do that, one would travel beyond the gates of this land, through the Chimera of Desolation, through the Havoc Wellhead, and finally to Dagon's personal pleasure palace. Only JCL Morgan, the immortal nocturnal lieutenant, can send you through the great locks that separate this realm from the next. But she has somehow hidden herself within the shade Perilous. The great daedra lord, Mehrunes Dagon, was persuaded that this realm would be an essential way station toward the conquest of Battlespire, and sanctioned our passage, but he did not sanction the overthrow and occupation of this realm. Understand, Dagon's oathkin and protégés, Phaedra Sharday and Zivalai Moath, crushed this realm where they should have simply obtained passage by negotiation or with limited force. These spawn of Dagon became overzealous in carrying out Dagon's orders. The dark temptations of this nocturnal land proved far too appealing to them, and they overthrew the Shade Perilous while their oath father was occupied with weightier matters. Yes, Phaedra unleashed her fire daedra, and Zivalai's unchained his frost daedra, granting them free rein to lay waste to this precious corner of the nocturnal realm. They relished the chance to revenge themselves on their ancient enemies, the Nocturnals. Quite true, but they have gone too far and must be chastened. Now that Battlespire is ours, we no longer need to hold this land, but many daedra minions of Phaedra and Zivalai decided that this land was now their domain, and remained here instead of continuing to the next step on the invasion route. They must be expunged and good order restored in order to redress the balance. The order to be restored is the order of the Nocturnals. As for the balance, well, that is more wisdom than you require. Invoke the names of their lords, and they will grow docile and circumspect. Exploit their divisions, and they will fall like barley before the scythe. One who would free your friend must gain the secret of passage from Shade Perilous to the Chimera of Desolation through the fugitive, the nocturnal lieutenant, JCL Morgan. But I have said too much. No one must know of our discussion. I will deny all knowledge of our colloquy. Now be off. Count yourself luckiest among all mortals that we have deemed you useful to our purpose, for had our goals not come into alignment, the last wisps of steam would now be rising from your lacerated lungs. That is not for you to know. All you need know is that I and my fellow Dremora serve the exalted and most puissant lord, Gerant of Dagon, Mehrunes.
Please, mortal, spare me. Do not look upon my misery. Never before has a daedra pleaded with a mortal, but I beg of you to turn from the sight of my wretchedness. JCL. Her memory haunts me. She's gone to me. I cannot feel the traces of her in my mind. No fragment of her lingers. Oh, JCL, forgive me. It was my foolish pride that cost my mistress her realm. In my vanity, I pleaded their case with her. The seducers are lordless warriors, and might shift allegiance at will. I thought they might remain loyal to JCL once they knew her honest and honorable nature. But the seducers were in turn seduced. Dagon rules them now. Though to my everlasting shame I fear some seducers went to him willingly. These seducers Dagon has remade in the image of his own greed and treachery. Oh, all this horror is my fault, and I must atone for it. My mistress has hidden herself behind the night portal and driven her spirit into the dream sleeve. When nocturnal mana flows, the night portal opens easily, as do the portals to other realms. But Dagon's troops have stoppered the flow of nocturnal magicka, sealing the night portal and all portals from Shade Perilous. The magicka tourbillon must turn again, but they will not budge until the wheels of heaven read the great code. I know not. It is in my mistress's book of the wheels of heaven. I know not how the codes work, but my mistress knows. I have heard her speak of the book, the stools, and the tourbillon that make all magicka flow. I'm sorry, but my mistress has not shared with me the mysteries of the arcane. Seek ye the book of the wheels of heaven, for it contains the sacred codes. Perhaps the riddle of the stools is also recorded there. The night portal is locked by 4 secret levers, and then, when the night portal opens, you will find my lady bound within the dream sleeve. This is an enchantment beyond my understanding, but she has told me the secret of its unraveling. Speak in the name of the nocturnals to shake the spell's bindings. You have my word, and my word is my bond. How goes your quest? My mistress has hidden. You have. How goes your my mistress? I know not. I'm sorry, but my mistress has not tourbillon, manling, and you will wake my mistress from the dream sleeve enchantment by speaking in the name of the nocturnals. Yes, and the 4 secret levers are known to me only by word and not by deed. I recall my mistress saying, however, that one is near a podium, another underwater on a hidden grotto, the third beneath a table, and last, in a storage room. I wish you good luck and good speed. I spit on Dagon's treacherous dogs. You'll get no mercy from me, maggot eater. Come closer, so you can hear my every curse upon you and all your spit-licking kin. Oh, yes, we've heard about you. Leave us alone and we will return the favor. Harm or hinder us at your peril. on Dagon's treacherous dogs. Oh, yes, we've heard about you. Leave us alone and we will return the favor. Harm or hinder us at your peril. You look familiar, but I must be sure. Yes, we watch and wait. You look familiar. Oh, yes, we've heard about you. I spit. Oh, yes. You look familiar, but I must... Yes. I spit on Dagon. Oh, yeah.
We think you'll find this Quam Amulet of Passage useful. Now, if you have no further questions, I'll be leaving. It's just another of life's little mysteries, manling, but you're welcome. Good luck. Goodbye.
If you have something worthwhile to say, that is intriguing. What does
I spit on... Oh, you look... Yes, we... Awake, 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 from sleep to despair. And who are you? I rise through sorrow, I sink with hope. The night binds me in tiny steps. I murmur cold memories like the nibbling of rats on tiny toes in sleep. I fade into the smallest part of my soul, a wisp of a whisper. The shackles that bind me are far stronger than any mere magics. I shall remain here alone. Let the nocturnals come and find me stricken here. They will punish me, but they will punish the Dagon far more. There will be war in the heavens. The sky will crack, and the earth will split in two. All mortal things must perish in this howling storm of fire and night. It will be glorious. Catch your tears in a sieve of gold, mortal. It's too late for weeping. I have no tears left, and no pity for the tears of mortals. Ah, Deianira. Her longing will not cease even in the face of overwhelming loss. How like a mortal she is. But no. The thought of her tears is almost enough to shake this mantle of anguish from my shoulders, almost, but not enough. No. The only joy left in me now is the thought that the nocturnals will scourge the Dagon until the magicka drips in rivulets from his hollow eye sockets, twins to the tears I cannot cry. Farewell. Farewell, selfish mortal. Leave me, mortal. Your miseries are not mine. She will not die. Immortals cannot die. Now be off, mortal! Leave me to my sweet melancholia. How goes your quest? You return, and with you, hope returns. I can feel my mistress again, but I sense she has become dispirited by her deep loss. It is very much in the nature of nocturnals to pine and mourn, even beyond the purpose of such grief. They nurse their misery in their bosom until their sorrow takes on a life of its very own, until weeping is all there is, until all the seas of tears run dry. Only the greatest of shocks can do that, a loss greater than the shame of the pillage of the shade Perilous. I know her better than any, and I do not know any such thing. I told you, I know not. Perhaps you are right, but nothing short of casting myself into oblivion could shock her from the refuge of her bittersweet melancholia. No, you are keen-sighted, mortal. I must leap into the darkness for her. Seek my mistress. Tell her that should she not return to rule her realm, I will have no safe return from oblivion, and remind her of her oaths and obligations. So honorable a mistress would never be forsworn of her vows. I implore you, you must do the deed. Take this soul dagger. If you strike true, you shall loosen my spirit, and darkness will swallow me. Into the dagger I shall pour my hope and longings, which you must bear as a token to my mistress, that she will know what I have done for her. I implore you. You must do the deed. Take this soul dagger. If you strike true, you shall loosen my spirit and darkness will swallow me. Into the dagger I shall pour my hope and longings I can. I must. The realm must endure. And for the realm to endure, I must make this sacrifice. I thank you for your care, but you do me a kindness. Raise this dagger up against me, and smite me with all thy arm and heart. Linger not. I do not fear, for I sense honor in your heart, and perhaps a touch of love. Raise this dagger up against me, and smite me with all thy arm and heart. Linger not. I do not fear, for I sense honor in your heart, and perhaps a touch of love. I have nothing more to say to you. Ah, she is gone. Gone! I should tear your beating heart out and force you to eat it in tiny bites, one wriggling, beating bite each century. I should flay the skin from your body and hurl your living carcass into the sea of my salty tears. You mortal! No doom so slow, no pain so tearing. What you say perhaps is true, too fair, but you bastard! You tricked her into this to serve your own selfish ends. Perhaps I can understand. You are a mortal, and mortals see things differently. A mortal must never regret, never feel shame for what it does to save its life. Daedra do not really die, not as you know death. But we can sacrifice ourselves to Oblivion, as she did. Oblivion is existence and self-awareness without the ability to see, hear, or affect the world. For an immortal, it is hell. Unspeakable pain and horror, absolute loss. Eventually, we do return, but not all return as they were. There is sickness, madness, change. It is passing strange, but I feel your comfort, mortal. You have so much to lose, you things of flesh, and yet you do not despair. An intriguing mystery. All other portals are sealed, but there is a back door. To the north, you must cross the rock sails to a lesser portal, which will bear you to the hex room and the gate. 4 anchors bind the magical forces. Loose these anchors, and the portal is ready. To the north is a door. Say, Gemaque, to enter. When you reach the final portal, I will have had time to open it to your use. But the Dagon have set a seal upon passage from all destinations but those of their own choosing. You must go where they wish you to go. Your cunning shines with a brightness that craves requiting. In the brightest light or blackest dark, we are equally blind. It may be that I owe you something, or owe it to myself and my pride. But if in the end you must stand before Dagon, call on me. I will use you as a link for travel, and it may be that even my modest powers can be one of your little surprises for him. Just one look before you go, mortal. Abide with me a moment. Ah, so faint a candle is the mortal's light. Faint, and it flickers so. But indeed this faint light of mortals might light up the sky. Oh, but I shall remember thee, and see thee again before the end. Farewell.
Once again, you exceed our expectations. We did not expect you to find JCL. Nonsense. There are none more loyal to Dagon as Imago Storm and all the Dremora clan. We simply hope to expedite the Battlespire campaign with as little disorder and unwarranted risk as possible. Do not question my loyalty to Dagon or the loyalty of my lord, or you will answer for it. You overestimate your value in our eyes. If Lord Imago wishes to see you, then you will see him. You test my patience, mortal. A good point. Set aside the posturing, I have something to say to you. We daedra have a standard joke about news, that there is no good news without bad news. So, the bad news is that Dagon has your companion. We don't know. All we know is that Vatasha Tranel has been taken to Lord Dagon's hunting lodge. That is all we know. We can help you rescue your friend. We will not tell you how or where or when, but will hold it as an incentive to your continued cooperation. Seek fairer allies if you can. And now for more bad news. There will be a hunt, and you are the prey. Escape Shade Perilous, and you will be hunted within the Chimera of Desolation by the rites of the innocent quarry. In the hunt, there are rules. Turn those rules to your use, and on the ground seek hidden resources. Seek a thing that once was a man. On him is the mantle of distinction. Be patient, heed him, and learn. You are not to be trusted with more. You are bound by no oath or code save your own self-interest. We risk much in our dealings with you. Do not look for more. If we deem it safe, we will leave you messages. Now I must go. You have done well so far. It would be very frightening for us to learn that you are the type and not the exception of humans. Farewell, and in the hunt, good fortune.
What do you think you're doing? You... Wait, are you... Curse the gods! It is the manling!
Zivaline Moath!